going to learn how to play Stampede by Lindsey Sterling. I posted Lindsey Sterling's link for the sheet music in the description box below. The whole thing starts with the guitar playing the rhythm. It sounds like this. So it's a lot of fun playing that. It's basically a dotted 8 and a 16, and the rest of the measure are 16. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Always make sure to stress the beginning of each quarter. That makes it easier to play. And so on. So it's a lot of fun. That's just the introduction part. And then comes in the violin. So we start on the open E string, second finger and the first finger. Second finger is low. We have F sharp in a key, which means that the first finger on the E string is not going to the nut. It's together with the low second finger. So the rhythm is like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here we have 2 grace notes. They come very fast. So it's 1, 2, 1 and open string. 1, 2, 1. Remember to always stress the first beat in each measure. That will help you to play rhythmically. Here we have rest on the first beat, so you can't stress it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again open E string. And if you keep counting, it would sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here we shift into the third position. We play the low second finger, then open string, and we shift. While playing the open E string, our arm is moving into the third position. Second finger. And second finger is together with the third finger because we don't have a C sharp in the key. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then we move back, we slide back into the first position. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Make a huge glissando. You can either go into the second position and then slide down into the first position and then slide back. That's possible. Then the other possibility would be slide down with the second finger and then slide up with a third. It's also fun. So you can try all kinds of things. Perhaps you want to slide down with the second finger and come back with the second finger. That's also possible. Try everything. So here we have a natural harmonic. It's a lot of fun playing with those. You play a low second finger on the E string, open E string again, and slide up into the third position, and then stretch your fourth finger. Put it down and take it off almost immediately. Yeah, because it should actually sound like this, but you can almost hear the harmonic all the time. Even when you take the finger off the string, you can still hear the harmonic if you play it in tune. So it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and shift into the third position again. And now we can stay in the third position. So we play the third finger on a G string, third finger on a D string, and then we can move down into the first position. And then you can stay here. Up into the third position, second finger, and then comes a B flat in the third position with a low third finger on a D string, and then high third finger on a G string. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3. We're back to the theme. Up to a third position again. And stay in a third position. So you stay in a third position, then stretch down your first finger, stretch it back, and move to the, basically shift into the second position, second finger on a D string, and we move back to the first position, first finger on a D string. This is what it looks like. Stay in a third position, low third finger on a D string for B flat. Then we have a high third and high second finger on a G string. The high second finger is for the D sharp. Because all of a sudden we have two accidentals in one measure. And then we carry on with the first finger on the D string in the first position. This is actually the part that guitar is playing, but I found it so much fun that I decided to play it as well, and you could play it along with the guitar and have a lot of fun in the process, starting with the first finger on the D string, the first position. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Now move to the third position, take the low third finger in a third position. You could also play the whole thing in a second position and start training your fourth finger. So we play 4 and 2 in a second position, so low fourth finger on the A string. You could also play the whole thing in a first position. It's possible by taking your first finger on the E string down to the nut. But then you constantly switch between the two strings. And here in the third position, then the second position, you could stay on one string. So that's the advantage of that. Then comes our pizzicato part. If you don't know how to do pizzicato, we simply pluck the string with the index finger of your right hand. Don't change much, simply stretch your finger a little bit, just open it up a little bit. And we pluck the string as far away as possible from the bridge and from the place where your bow is playing the violin. So we pluck the string here. Hope you can see it, so that our fingers don't get sticky. Let's try. Make sure not to pluck too hard, don't go under the string, because your violin will get out of tune or you might damage your string that way. Then come our double stops. We shift into the third position, put the first and the second fingers on the D and A strings. They're not together, first and second finger. Then comes third and fourth. They're stuck together. Then comes second and third, wide apart. And then we shift into the first position, second and third again. It's F sharp and D sharp, so fingers are not together. And again, we shift into the third position, 1 and 2. And then 3 and 4 fingers stuck together. And then we carry on playing in a third position. And then comes the glissando part and tremolo. In case you don't know how to play tremolo, this is how we play it. At the tip of the bow, just shake your arm a little bit. As if you would be shivering, like, pretend you're cold. This is what happens when you're cold, right? So, and then you put the first finger on both strings, on G and D, and start sliding and playing tremolo at the same time until you arrive at the G sharp. And then we carry on with the second finger on the E string. We're in the first position again. So I have to keep counting in your head all the time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and. In this measure, we have triplets, and this is how we count. 1 and 2 and 3 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so here I moved into the second position. I basically shifted from here over the open string, then fourth finger on E string. It's a low fourth finger on E string because we don't have C sharp in a key. And I stayed in the second position, and now I'm moving into the back into the first position. Now we shift into the third and stay in the third position with a low third finger on the D string playing the B flat. We have an accidental. Now shift into the fifth position and play the fourth finger on the A string, which is B. Stay in the fifth position for a while. Now shift down to the fourth position with the second finger. Stay in the fourth position. And now go back into the third position. Going back into the first. And back into the third position. From here, stretch your third finger and move into the fourth position on the G string. Moving back into the third position. And shift back into the first position. Over the open string, we shift into the third position. Stretch the fourth finger and move your arm up because you're shifting into the fourth position. And you could play it in the first position, you could play it in the second position, in the third position, you choose. So after playing this, let's take second position this time, which would be 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3. Fourth position and first position. You could play the same thing in the third position. Or in the second position, the third finger. There are so many possibilities. Try all kinds of different fingering and see what you find best. You can download the sheet music. The link is in the description box below. It's Lindsay Sterling's link for her sheet music. And you can download it and start practicing right away. I only added certain things that are probably not there because it's the guitar's part, but I enjoyed playing it, like this part at the beginning. It's a lot of fun playing those things. You can try them as well. And keep practicing every day. The newest things you learned today were probably the one with the harmonic here, and also tremolo. Doing tremolo and sliding at the same time gives a nice effect. You can also try the other way around, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If yes, remember to give me a like, share this video everywhere. Also, subscribe. Watch this video and that video. Have you subscribed? I'm counting till 3. 1, 2, 3. Subscribed. If you don't subscribe, the light will go off now, immediately. Just kidding. Subscribe anyway, and I'll see you again soon.